and the heel hook. And before we do, I just want to give a quick explanation on just how dangerous the heel hook is. The heel hook is the most dangerous submission in Jiu-jitsu and submission grappling because basically it injures you before it hurts you. So if you're not familiar with it, you're going to feel like a bit of a stretch in your knee, and then all of a sudden click the pop, and you've got an MCL tear or worse, right? So one thing you never want to do, like when we train heel hooks in our academy, and we train heel hooks in the gi at my academy, and no one's ever been hurt by a heel hook, and it's just because we never apply it. Like you catch the heel hook and you release the heel hook. So catch and release as a policy with heel hooks is the way to stay safe. And then when you've been doing them for a little while, you can start to play around with where the limits of your own knee happen to be, but that's on you, and we're not going to do that at all today. So when we're applying the heel hook here, you're going to place the blade of your forearm. Just gather it real close because there are some particular details here. You're going to apply, we call this, this is our Brian Hall phrase, rule of thumb. So your thumb, the back of your thumb against the Achilles tendon. A common error with the heel hook is to use the muscle, the meat of the hand. So even now, if Richie closes his arms right now to get this nice and tight, I can turn that in. Like you see people lose heel hooks all the time. Yeah, as tight as you like, man. Go as tight as you like, and I will bust right through that. Like this is very common, especially with the this outside heel hook that you see much more often. So if you go to the heel hook, you can push it down. They're like that. So like right now, I can turn that in just really, really easily. This was why when people scream and cry about how dangerous heel hooks are, man, heel hooks are not dangerous by 80% of the people that are doing them because those people are doing it wrong, right? Like it's dangerous here because now we have bone against soft tissue. So he cuts my Achilles tendon off, which makes it harder to even move my foot. And then he pinches his elbow together, and he pinches his elbow to his rib cage. So now, for me to rotate my heel bone through his radial bone would mean that I found a way to revoke the laws of physics in our universe, right? Bone is not going to go through bone. If he keeps this tight and he moves to the muscle, bone will push through soft tissue to a certain degree. So first off, I want you doing the heel hook correctly. Here and here, like that. Elbows tight. The way that I teach this in our gym, just so you can kind of remember how to place your hand, is you ask yourself the question, who's about to wreck someone's knee? This guy. You point your thumb at your own chest, and then you clap your hands. Your elbows tight, and you want the inside of your bicep to be flush with the bottom of the other person's foot. So I'm pinching your foot. Notice how it's rotated, his hip is rotated internally, externally?
Internal.
Like this, which creates the angle. I pinch, trapping the guy's foot, point my thumb at myself, close my elbows. No point will we add any force. We'll just get here, and when your partner gets there, so he's got the heel hook all the way, 100%.
Elbow on the floor, bro?
Elbow on the floor for now. Just so that you're not, no one's kind of slipping around. Because you can absolutely do it from here.
Sure.
But now you're you're kind of unstable, so because we're not, we don't want to hurt anybody, we're just going to put our elbow on the floor, and once he establishes the heel hook here, pinches it tight, I'm going to loop my hand through the back of his bicep, I'm going to rear naked choke. So now you want to try to apply the heel hook?
There's no way.
You can't pull. The heel hook motion involves using your left arm to create rotation.
Right. Because my elbow is no longer against my ribs, it's actually drawn this way, so I can't use my musculature.
That's right. So I'm going to slip this on through, and you can do this in both directions, by the way, but it's usually easier to use this one. Put your hand on his triceps, like this, and just grip. When you grip, you're now going to start to kick. All right, this muscle. Cross the ankles, back to triangle, up to you. All right. Full heel hook as deep as he wants. 1, 2 on the triceps. Gas pedal. Great. Any questions on that? Can I see that with somebody else? Sure. That's possible. So he gets the heel hook. Try so see how deep your rule of thumb. Get the back of your thumb to touch my Achilles tendon. And you should be able to feel now as you pinch your elbows to your ribs, you should be able to feel your forearm kind of crushing my Achilles tendon. Like if I try to turn that, no chance of that. I'll do this through, grips, and then start trying to twist the heel. And I just keep pulling his elbow away from his body to make sure to counter the rotation. If I just hang out here, start rotating, he might still get me. Right? So I'm deriving base from my contact with the floor with my left foot, and I'm pushing and pulling his elbow open.
Over your left shoulder.
Yeah, I'm going to my left, trying to pull his elbow open, and I'm pushing here. And as soon as I get that, I cross my ankles again.
Am I pushing to your heel, or are you trying to point your toe here?
Just extending. Yeah. Don't try to point your toe. Try to putting on the boot the way you defend the straight ankle lock. It's the same basic idea.